All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is David Sutter with the Hot Table. Hey, listen, hey guys, I need you guys to do me a favor. Go to my YouTube channel at the Hot Table with David Sutter and subscribe. Try to get the numbers up. Please support your boy. We appreciate it. But today, I got a special guest. Me and this guy go back to 88, really 86, playing against each other in basketball. I think some AAU, I believe. But hanging out, man, and went to college together for a little bit. We can't tell all the stories.
Yeah, we sure can't tell them. We sure can't tell them.
Wow,
yeah,
boy.
Yeah.
And I definitely get it.
At this house.
Right, you're right.
But then we're gonna say
whole story.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into that.
So this is Kevin Green. We go back, man, and a solid guy, a professional comedian, podcaster, not podcaster, but influencer on social media. He does a lot of skits and comedy shows, and he picked with his wife on a new level. That tickles me, and she just shake her head.
She has a big following. The crazy part is she hates doing it.
Yeah.
But she has a big, like, even when I posted today that I was coming here today,
yeah,
everybody on there talking about, bring your wife with you, bring your wife with you, bring your wife, because they love her. She has a big following, but she hates it, though. That's why I be hiding the cameras different places and doing different stuff, because that's the only way I can get them.
Oh, we're going to get into that right now. So, hey, put the microphone to your face a little bit.
Okay, then. I got you.
There we go. Scoot up a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, I got you. Let's get this right. Doing it right and professional.
So Kevin Green from Nashville. Introduce yourself, sir.
Kevin Green, Nashville, Tennessee, North Nashville. Let's make it clear. Original North Nashville, not cross the bridge. North Nashville, but original North Nashville, born and raised. That's really about it. Single mom was a single parent. Dad wasn't really part of my life, which, I ain't even upset about it because it made me the person who I am.
Right.
So, but it was a good lifestyle. Some people look at single parenthood as being a bad thing, but like I look at it as like when I'm saying my prayer, like even when I drive down here, I put my music on and I always have a conversation. Conversation with myself, conversation about my life, and a lot of times I talk to my mama while I'm driving. Like I told her today, I'm like, I'm not thankful for the things that you could do. I'm thankful for the things you couldn't do. Right. Because the things you couldn't do made me have to go out and get it. It made me who I am.
Right. So I remember I met you, guy, played against you. Hillwood some, then we hung out.
We wasn't no good. Hacking the ass Walter Whitworth. Chop.
That's what he did.
That's what he did. Hell of a player, but he was gonna hack your ass.
Cooney.
You going?
Yeah. And so we met at Trevecca, but I want to go back before we get to that. Talk about your childhood, man. Growing up out north, single mother. You had a big family, I believe.
Yeah, well. My mom, like I said, she's a single parent, and we got about I guess about 10 or 12 years old. I probably like about 10 years old. We moved back with my grandmama. Okay. That's when I was out north. So it was me, my mom, my two brothers, and my grandmama and grandpa in the house. Then when I got about 14, my mama got married. Okay. And when she got married, and I'm like, I ain't going. Ain't nobody. I don't know that nigga. He ain't gonna tell me what to do. So I stayed at my grandmama's house. But North Nashville was a blessing for me though, because it made me who I am. Like like everything. Well, we were there from when I was like 1 or 6 anyway. Right, then we moved for a little bit, and then we came back. I guess when I was about 10 years old. But it made me who I was. North Nashville. You learn to survive. You learn, and my mom was real tough. She had all boys. She had 3 boys, and she's going to make us tough. We couldn't back down for no fights. You couldn't do none of that. If you're going to fight, go on fight. Just get your ass whooped, come on home.
Yeah, get it over with. That's right.
That's how I was raised. So.
And so I remember, you talk about your North Nashville or your mom. What were some of your earlier influences? Because in those neighborhoods, he had influences, positive and negative.
Well,
talk about some positive influences.
The good part about North Nashville for me was like the structure. It actually gave me a lot of structure because you had kids that was hustling and doing their thing. And you had some kids that that was trying to live the right way, go to school, get good grades. And I fell in the middle. I could hang with anybody. I used to hang with anybody. And the older kids, you know, they helped me get my way because they knew all I wanted to do was play sports.
Right.
Like I spent all my time on the playground at John Early. Everybody knew, oh, he gonna be at the playground. He gonna be up there. Play baseball with us large up there. We playing football. We playing basketball. Everybody knew, oh, he gonna be at the playground. That's all he want to do.
Right. Play
some basketball, mess with some girls, have fun.
Right.
And so when you establish yourself like that, even the older kids that ain't doing on the right, straight and narrow,
right. they give you a pass.
Yeah, they leave you alone. Like
right.
you know, like because they knew, oh, it's not his lifestyle. It's not what he want to do.
Right.
So they gave me so even like Avery, Pat, and them, they looked out for me.
Yeah.
So I had good role models here. I had like you don't know, like when we used to come home from Trevecca,
yeah,
a lot of time I would go University of Maryland.
Okay.
Every weekend I'm going to University of Maryland. Every weekend because that's where my friends at because they out there hustling, they doing their thing.
Yeah,
and I'm just out there hanging out because these my friends. You know, dice game going on, girls coming through.
Oblivious to crime.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Now we knew about the crime because sometimes the dice gang get robbed and all that. The police come through there, you got to run. I knew about all that. They were just part of it. And a lot of time. Like, as soon as I left, something happened. Soon as I left.
Right.
Soon as I left, something just happened. Soon as they called me and they hey, man, when you left, this happened. So, and I told this stuff to this guy, Miss Alice, that lived in there. So I would always go to Miss Alice's house because they were my friends, Todd, Kevin, and Leonard and them grew up there. The Browns. And so, we all went to high school together. So I go there every time I come home for the weekend. I go over there. So one day, Miss Alice, she called me in the house. She said, Kevin, come here. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, come here. Excuse me. I went in the house. She said, what you doing out here? I said, I just come to hang out. She said, why? I said, because, they my friend.
Right.
She said, go outside and come back in 15 minutes. I said, huh? She said, go outside, come back in the house in 15 minutes. Went outside.
Yeah.
15 minutes. And Miss Alice told you to do something, you had to do it.
Right.
You know it wasn't no, I ain't gonna go back in there because she gonna cuss you out in front of everybody, gonna embarrass you.
Yeah.
So I went back in there in 15 minutes. She said, what you see out there? I said, everybody just hanging out. She said, what you see out there? I said, everybody just hanging out. She said, now what you see out there, everybody out there doing wrong. She said, ain't nobody out there trying to do right, they doing wrong.
Right.
She said, what I want you to do, stop coming over here. I said, huh? She said, stop coming over here. She said, this is what I'm going to do. She said, the next time you come over here, I'm going to call the police. And I'm going to tell them you the one selling all the dope over here.
Wow.
I said, huh? She said, I'm going to tell the police you the one selling all the dope over here. I said, and I kind of listened to it and I looked. Then I left. And I thought to myself, that's just her way of trying to keep me from what their situation was, what they were out there doing, because she knew I wasn't that type of person.
Right. Right. And so is it safe to say that sports had an influence on you to kind of keep you on the right track?
Oh, if it wasn't for sports, I ain't no telling what I've been doing. Because even though I didn't have a dad in my life, the coaches back then were actually father figures.
Well, they were tough too.
Yeah, so they were like, when I first started playing baseball, the Elks Lodge, Coach Anderson, Dusty Anderson, and Bobby and them, they instilled value and discipline. And they going to make you respect them. So sports kept me off the streets because I said, all I want to do is play sports.
Right.
They knew, like my grandmama knew, my mama knew when I left the house, I'm going to the playground.
Right.
I ain't about robbing, I ain't about stealing. He gonna be on that playground doing something on that playground every day. Sometimes sport. Baseball. If it's baseball season, be playing baseball. If it ain't baseball season, I'm just up there at John Early.
Just hanging out.
Just
right.
But it was a hangout spot back then too because like Avery Patton and them, they lived in Dodge City, but they would come from Dodge City. So it was so packed and so it about like Hartman Park. And how Hartman Park was later on, John Early used to be like that.
Okay.
So you had everybody, you had people come from every neighborhood that would come to play basketball. And one of the guys that lived right across the street from the school, he was a concert promoter.
Okay.
So he would have all the the OJs come to town, the Barcades, whoever come to town. A lot of time those guys, they would come to his house and they would go over there shoot basketball too.
Wow.
So you might not know who you saw over there sometimes just shooting basketball every blue moon.
Wow.
So and through playing sports That's all I did. Then football season came. My mama signed me up for football.
Right.
Basketball. Well, I didn't play basketball until I got in high school.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
I never played junior pro basketball. Never
Nothing.
played none of that. I didn't start playing until 9th grade.
Wow.
9th grade when I started playing organized basketball.
Right.
Of course, I played every day on the schoolyard.
Of course.
But organized basketball, I didn't start playing in 9th grade. I was actually a better football player than I was basketball player. But I didn't have nobody pushing me to say, "Hey, don't stop playing.
Right.
Don't stop playing football.
Right.
Don't give up the football. We know you love basketball, but you need to keep playing football." Because I played at Hartman Park back in the day.
In what position?
Quarterback,
Okay.
running back.
Yeah.
So I played Carl Edmondson. You know Carl Edmondson.
Yeah.
His dad was one of the, because him and my mom went to high school together. So his dad was like, "Look, you need to put him in something." So
Right.
I got about like 7 years old. He was one of the first person. So I take me to football practice. He come over there and pick me up, take me to football practice. And Carl didn't even know. He didn't even know that. I remember that time. I told Carl about that one day.
Wow.
So,
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
Something about sports. I'm a big fan of just, this whole thing is a participation trophy. I think it's bigger than that. Sometimes kids need to be around other kids. That camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody's not going to be a first team football player. But it's okay to be around the group.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
It get you structure and get you discipline too, and then
Right.
it keeps you off the street. That's
First of all.
that's the main thing is
Right.
you got to like nowadays you have a problem with kids hanging on the street, doing whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But back in the day, like I said, I was at John Early School every day. You can't go on a school campus after school no more. You'll get arrested for private property. You see what I'm saying? Back then you had community parks that everybody went to. You had schoolyards you played on. Those kids don't have that these days. That's why a lot of times these kids, they ain't got nothing but to get into trouble.
Right.
Because they ain't got nothing to do with themselves.
Right.
So, but, fortunately for me, I had to join early. I had to, sign up for football. I had to sign up for basketball. I had the baseball. I had all of that. But that just kept me, organized. And that's all I wanted to do was play sport.
And having some influence, some positive influence, to have 3 or 4 people that can pour into you is huge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Coming from
Right.
North Nashville, Darcy across the street. I mean, that's a lot of stuff that it could have gone a different direction.
I had a lot of friends that went that direction.
Yeah.
You see that? But I always knew me.
Right.
So that, you can't influence me to do something that I don't want to do.
Got it.
So, don't let me sit up and let you say I was a perfect kid, because I did some little petty crimes back in the day and I wasn't good at them.
Right.
I'm just being honest with you. I wasn't good at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was in summer school one year. We was in summer school, Hillsborough Summer School.
Yeah.
And every break, we would go, they had Walter Nipples in Green Hills.
Yep.
Back then, they had, they kept all the shoes on the ground.
Yeah.
They kept all the shoes on the ground. So every break, we would go look at the tennis shoes every day. Every break, we go look at the tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Go look at that. We couldn't afford none of them.
Right.
So we done decided the last day of school, we're going to wear some old tennis shoes to school.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh was right. So,
I got hit.
Yeah.
I got hit. You got to talk to the camera now.
So we decided the last day of school we want some old tennis shoes to school, and then we're gonna swap the old tennis shoes out
Okay.
and get some new tennis shoes off the floor, and so that was the plan.
Right.
So me and my 2 neighbors, I don't say the name, Quentin, Michael Lee.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say the name. Yeah, we So
We snitching right.
Yeah, we done talked about this story before. Yeah. So me and Michael Lee, it's important to know their names. So Mark had drove Michael's parents and let him drive the car to school that day, because we used to get the bus. But so now everything working out. We're like, you know what? We got a car. This gonna be easy. So we go to break, last day of school. And the last day of school is the final exam too.
Right.
So
you out early.
We're still break time. It's still
Okay.
the break time, but we got the final exam that's gonna come later, right? Yeah. So we go in there, and there's a white guy in there, and he's in there shopping. And now I look at it later, I don't think he was actually in there shopping. I think they might have had a problem just before, as in people coming there stealing on the last day of school. Anyway, this guy acts like he's in there shopping, he's in there doing all that stuff. So we like, oh, this is even better. This gonna work out good. So my partner, Quint, told one of his classmates about the plan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's where it went wrong.
Man.
Because he told one of his classmates about the plan. So now instead of 3 of us, it's 4 of us. We're going to go in there and steal his shoes. So the plan was, like I said, change the shoes out, put them in the box, get a new pair, just kind of easily, casually walk out the door. Well, the friend didn't go by that plan.
Okay.
So the white guy over there shopping, Walter Nipple sporting, old white dude. He like 70 something. So he can't catch us enough. So we're not even worried about him because we know he can't run and catch us. But the dude, instead of him taking the shoes and putting them on, he got like 4 or 5 boxes.
Oh my goodness.
Stacked up about this high. And he just trying to walk out the door with them. So he trying to walk out the door with the shoes. And the salesman see him and start hollering. So when the salesman see him start hollering, the white dude that was in there shopping, he going out there chase him. He trying to be a police officer.
Wow.
That's why I said it must have been a setup.
Yeah,
they must have had this problem before.
Absolutely.
So he started chasing him. So they in the parking lot chasing him. And it's police everywhere in the parking lot. We still locked in the store. The 3 that originals, me, Quentin, Michael Lee, we still locked in the store.
Locked in the store?
Yeah, he done locked the door. And then the old white man done locked the door. Now
Wow.
we still in there. I done took a hat that I was going to get. I done folded up, put it on the side of my hip right here because I'm going to get the hat and the shoes.
Right.
All right. So he asking us, are y'all with him? Are y'all with him? Are y'all still in 2 a.m.? We like, no, we don't know him. We don't know him. Why this, about that? Are y'all with him? No, we don't know him. I promise you, sir, we don't know him. So you see the hat in my side.
Yeah.
So he said, what's that you got? You finna steal too? I said, no, I got money. I said, I just like to have my hats creased. I said, so I'm kind of creasing the hat before I buy it like that. Right? He like, just get out. Y'all just get out of here. So he just put us out. I give him the hat back. He put us out.
Grace and mercy.
Yeah, grace and mercy. So now, the guy, he's still in the parking lot. They still chasing him in the parking lot. Police still chasing him in the parking lot because he's running in the parking lot. He just running. Police chasing him in the parking lot. Quentin and Michael get in Michael's car.
Yeah.
And they driving off, right? So they driving off. I just started walking up the sidewalk.
Yeah.
So they stopped like, get in. I said, no, just meet me up the street. Meet me at the school, right? So they come up to the school. I walk back to the school. Me and Michael was in the same classroom because we don't fail geometry.
Okay.
So we're in the same classroom together. So, and everybody knew me and Michael was together. So we taking the final exam now. We just taking it. And so the girl on the side of me, she tapped me on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I said, what? She said, the freaking Michael sit behind me. She said, look at your friend. I look out at Michael crying. Like, Michael crying. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell going on? But I'm still going to take my exam. So Michael back here crying.
Right.
So Michael get up in the middle of the final exam and just walk out. Just walk out in the middle of the exam. We don't know what Michael did. We don't know nothing.
Right.
Turns out, Michael went back down there to Walter Nipple Sporting Goods to apologize to the old man what had happened. And so that's what he was doing. So I don't even remember Michael passed the class or not, because like I said, he got up and walked out in the middle of the exam.
Right.
But he went to apologize to the old man, let him know that, I wasn't part of that, man. And so he told me, he came back later, he said, dude had my license plate number, man. He said, they had my license plate number. He said, I know my daddy would have killed me if he'd found out I was stealing. And I'm like, you know what? Because we knew his daddy. And his daddy would have killed him. We're like, you know what? You're right. Mr. Merrill, Lee Nell, he'd have killed you. Your Nellis would have killed him. So that would let me know, I ain't good with crime. I ain't gonna, So
that's it, like.
So that was, I was like, you know what? That was a sign.
It was a sign from the Lord.
Yeah, that was a sign. But we probably one for that boy trying to hold. Yeah, I'm like, this.
What are you doing?
Yeah, we're like, you didn't tell him the whole plan. just getting part of it. Yeah,
one pair of shoes.
Yeah, just one. Yeah, he literally trying to walk. I don't think he could see.
Yeah,
the door. Yeah, that's what.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So you made it to high school. Thank the Lord. No crazy stuff.
Because, like I said, everybody knew that I wasn't part of it. Like,
right.
You could call. I had friends. They were robbing. They were stealing. They knew. Let's call Kevin. We gonna hit this lick. They knew they couldn't call me and do that. You know what I'm saying? But I also worked all through high school too. I started working after my 8th grade year.
Really?
So, yeah, I worked. Like, even through high school, I worked every day after school. I'd go to basketball practice. When I got out of basketball practice, Coach Patton, he didn't come to my senior year, But he would drop me off at work every day because I worked at the Kentucky Fried Chicken on Charlotte. So every day. So those my 2 off days was Tuesdays and Fridays because that was game days.
Right.
But other than that, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, work every day out of school, work Saturday and Sunday.
But do you think that has something to do, is looking back on your life, you think that has something to do with your work ethic?
I think it has something to do with the fact that I just wanted more. I was first of all, I was broke.
True.
I was broke, and it wasn't. I didn't have my mom and my grandma and them. It wasn't one of those things where we can afford to get you a lot of school clothes and all that. So I wanted school clothes and the new tennis shoes or whatever. I had to go out and get it, because they worry about we got to keep these lights on. We got to try to keep some food, the water on. Try to keep some food in the house. So that they were concerned with. So I was like, I want something more for myself, but I wasn't the type of person that I was gonna go out and because my thing is I know I'm not a jail type of dude, so I'm not gonna really take a lot of chances to go to jail. Like I had some friends that made they did a lot of stuff, made a lot of money, but I wasn't that type of dude. I already knew I'm just gonna take my black ass to work.
Right.
Gonna make my little $2 hour, $3 hour.
What you said.
Yeah. So
yeah. I had a brief stint of being a criminal, but it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good. I used to work out at Opryland, and I was stealing frozen lemonade. Okay, so frozen lemonade, I think it was $1.75 for the cup. I had it memorized. You need 3 or 4. You give me correct change. Then I would take it. And so, couldn't find out.
And you take the money?
I'll take the money. And so, I got a tap on my pocket, undercovers everywhere. And so, I had a sign. I was terrified. And this crazy part about it, I was a sophomore in Trevecca that summer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was awful, but awful. Because I didn't want to be out there in the streets, guy. And the streets was heavy.
Yeah.
Streets was heavy.
Back then,
it was heavy, and so I felt the pressure of trying to
compete.
With them.
Oh, yeah.
Let me do my little bit.
Yeah,
you got to tap me on that shoulder, man. And in my pocket had to sign this thing that said, "Hey, you cannot be signed. You cannot be hired at Opryland again." I said, "I signed whatever. Just
let me go. Cause Frank Wilson gonna kill me."
Don't call my dad.
Your mom and dad and Frank Wilson. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that we all sometimes fall prey to peer pressure a little bit, and then luckily we was able to get through it. Yeah. Okay. So let's get to college, man. Cause this is where it gets real interesting.
Hold on. But saying that though, see, we can go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, because I ain't never fallen in that because I knew I didn't have that type of life. I would like. People know me, that they know my family and my friends, they were really making money. And so, like, we been to the club and stuff. We been to the club, and they be, like, I was seeing dudes spend $10,000-$20,000 at the club in the early 90s. Right. We all together, we come in together, but you know what? I'm one beer at a time. I'm one beer at a time. You know what I'm saying? Right. I knew, I didn't have that type of money, and they be like, just get anything you want, Green. Just don't get what. No, man. That's y'all out there doing y'all. Hey, bring me one more. Yeah, one more beer. Yeah. Now I'm not. Yeah, I know they got 18 bottles. I don't need them 18 bottles. I need one beer. Right. So I never got caught up with the trying to compete with what they were doing. I was lucky. I guess I don't know. I guess it was just something that was innate in me. I never got caught in that.
Right. And so. That's the greatness. I'm telling you, grace and mercy is serious business, guy, because, guys, sometimes I see some people still dealing with the things they did years ago, mentally, physically.
Oh, yeah.
And it was tough, man. Nashville was it was dangerous, but I don't think we really thought it was dangerous because we were cool with everybody through sports. If you play sports, stay out the way, you kind of got to pass.
Your pass to any neighborhood you wanted to go to, any gym, any party, you got that pass because all he has to do to be hooping. Yeah.
Right.
So
let's go to Trevecca. Okay, where you and I used to be roommates at Trevecca.
Yeah.
First
I was sneaking in there because I didn't have a dorm room.
Okay, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
You didn't have a dorm room, but you had a scholarship to play, or you paid your way to play.
Yeah. Well, the first year I walked on the first year.
Okay.
But and like I said, if I'd had Coach Patton there all 4 years, I'd probably been in a different situation.
Right.
But he didn't come till my senior year.
Right.
And we actually didn't get off on a good foot when he came my senior year. because first at Hillwood basketball.
Okay.
A lot of times our practices just consisted of playing 36 and 21. That's how we're gonna practice. Because the head coach, he didn't really care about the job itself. He cared about the stipend he got from coaching.
Got it.
So he would just sit on the stage all day, and that's how he coached.
That's so unfair.
Yeah,
That's so unfair.
and so you're right. It's unfair to the kids. So that would have that had been. Now we had some good assistant coaches, Coach Harnett, Coach Bass one year. So we had some good assistant coaches.
Right.
But the head coach, we didn't have the talent. We didn't have the what's name. So the team wasn't good. So freshman year, I started. Freshman year, coached freshman basketball.
Right.
Played freshman. Then after the year was over, they put me on the varsity. I didn't play a lot, but end of the game.
Experience.
Yeah, but by the time my sophomore year, I ended up being a starting point guard my sophomore year at Hillwood. I wasn't gonna be the starting point guard because we had a guy by the name of Tim Clay. Tim Clay could hoop.
Is that tennis shoe?
Huh?
It's not tennis shoe. That's not tennis shoe.
No.
I know Tim Clay. I know Tim
You know
Clay.
Tim.
I know Tim
If
Clay,
you see him, you'll know Tim Clay. Everybody know Tim Clay.
Yeah.
But he was gonna be the starting point guard. Him and his white guy. We used to have a thing back in the day, like they're not gonna put more than 2 black people on the star lineup at the same time. So that was kind of the unwritten rule that we used to have in our head when we was at Hillwood.
Right.
So Tim was gonna be the starting point guard, but Tim could hoop, but Tim wasn't coachable. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a difference than hooping at the center and then hooping for in a system.
Yeah,
in a
right,
system.
right,
So,
right.
We take you to the center. Tim gonna get anybody in there. He was a fine roll from the free throw line back in the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you tell Tim run a play or something, do that. He wasn't gonna have run a play, so they ended up putting Tim off the team, and so they put Tim off the team. I ended up being starting point guard. So
Wow.
they put him out probably like the second, third game of the year. So
Wow.
I ended up being a starting point guard. Then I started my junior year. So, and I'm used to practices, not really been practicing. I'm used to, I'm kind of setting my ways.
Right.
Then Coach Patton come my senior year, and he so he we never did any conditioning or anything. Like before the season,
Yeah.
like Glen Cliff, they used to run cross country
Yeah.
and do all that other stuff.
Yeah.
We never done none of that. We just the day of practice, we just come try out. We didn't do nothing. It wasn't no off season workouts. It wasn't no conditioning before the season. It wasn't none of that at Hillwood. So my senior year, Coach Patton come there, and he gonna put us on the track as conditioning before the season starts. So they out there running track, doing all that, and he come to me. He said, he introduced himself. I'm Ricardo Patton. I'm the new coach.
Get to the microphone.
Oh, my bad.
It's good. I want to make sure. I want to hear because this is getting good. This is getting good.
So he come my senior year, and he I'm Coach Patton. I'm gonna be the assistant coach. We're gonna be on the track, from this day, this day, this day. What's the name? I'm like, okay. I knew I wasn't gonna show up because I'm like, whatever.
Right.
That's for y'all. That ain't for me. So they out there the first couple of days. I didn't show up. So he come to him and he said, I told you we're gonna be on the track these first couple of days. I said, I'm not gonna be on the track. You don't know who I am. I said, go ask the head coach about me. I said,
wow.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that smart, but I'm kind of like, you need to, take it up with the head coach. I don't. So his response was kind of like, no, you need to go take it up with the head coach. So I go to Coach Jeanette. I said, hey, Coach, what we got? This coach talking about we're gonna be on the track and we're gonna be doing this and all that. He said, yeah, anything he say, go.
Right.
So Coach Patton, he had told me, he said, if you plan on playing, you're gonna be on that track. So after that, I was on the track every day. You're supposed to be on the track every day. And that gave me and him a good relationship because I told you later on, I told you earlier how he used to drop me off at work after practice every day.
Absolutely.
And that gave me, that was the first time I ever seen, because he wasn't a normal, he's supposed to be a gym teacher. He was a gym teacher and basketball coach, but he wasn't your normal gym teacher. A gym teacher, like jogging pants and all that every day. He been in a shirt and tie every day. That's how he come to school. He got shirt and tie on. He got on crocodile shoes. I'm like, I said, this is a gym coach? And so, that kind of, I'm like, dang, this guy, he a different coach. And then we got to know each other. He telling me about, how he played at Hume Fog and how he was at Belmont and the stuff he did and all this. And I'm looking at he had a brand new Volvo back then. I'm looking at it, dang. Matter of fact, I asked him one day, I said, hey, Coach, I said, you don't sell no dope or nothing. He said, no, boy. He said, because he said he used to be a cameraman with Channel 5 News. He said, that's how I find so much stuff. And so that kind of gave me somebody to look up to, because I'm like, damn, this is because he was still young at the time. I said, this young black dude, he's doing all this.
He had to be 25, 26.
No, he like 28 at the time.
Yeah,
he about 28. He about 28 at the time. I'm like, dang. And so we got so cool that they would call us father and son.
Okay.
Like, even when other teachers was like looking for him, they come to me, because most of the time I was going to either be in the gym with him or I've been to Miss Sparks' food management class. They knew who to find me at. So they're like, hey, where your dad at? You seen your dad? I said, no, I ain't seen him today. He probably such and such. And he would get me out of school and take me to his house. So he got this big old house at Antioch at the time. I get over there. He got these Rottweilers, you know what I'm talking about? And he got these Rottweilers. He got them trained, but they train in German. So, like, if you be saying something to them, like, sit, they roll over, come here, they don't understand none of that. But he started talking to them in German, and they just do whatever he says. So I'm like, dang, this is a different, Coach Patton, a different type of dude. You know what I'm saying? So they gave me, he kind of was a role model. So they gave me something, you know what? If I do what I'm supposed to be doing,
right,
I can have something like this later on in life. And then his wife didn't like me for some reason.
Why is that?
Well, because I think sometimes he used to say he was with me, he wasn't really with me. I ain't for sure. My bad, Coach Pat. I'm just my bad. He was with me. I take all that back.
Right.
I won't be telling no coach. But we were cool though. So, like I said, if he'd have been there my whole 4 years, I probably had a different path than walking on that Trevecca. You see what I'm saying? Because when nobody really come to see Hillwood play. After we had Joe Balin, he was a great player, and then you had a dude named John Nixon. He was a great player. But after that, we really had no players in between. So when a lot of schools coming, like when a lot of coaches coming to the see Hillwood play, and then I didn't play no AAU basketball. See, I didn't do none of that. So. And then Coach Patton came, he started inviting coaches there, and he started taking me different places after the season. Had me playing AAU.
That's right.
We had Bobby Scales and Butch Hines on the team. And Tim Corder. Rest in peace to your son, Tim Corder. Had Tim Corder. Had Tim Corder and them on the team. Quincy Vance. We had Derek Watkins. We had a good squad. We got whooped. We went down to Memphis. We thought we had a good squad till we went to Memphis.
That's right. Things changed.
Yeah, we went to Memphis, and I think Penny might have hit us up for about 38. We didn't know who Penny was at the time. He hit us about 38.
Yeah.
I think it was Corey Beck or somebody might have hit us for like 30 or something. We didn't know. We come from Nashville. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we got drugged down there.
It's crazy how in Shelby County that they grew big in Shelby County.
Yeah, well, they grew big and they played all the time too, though.
That's true.
Yeah, you see them. We play all the time, but they play organized all the time too. You know what I'm saying? Because they was already doing AAU. And Nashville done caught up with it now with the AAU, like starting at a younger age and playing all that. But they was already doing all that back then.
That is true.
Because all their old players, they always came back and gave back to the kids and they coach them. Because I think the year before that, I think Memphis had won Nationals AAU the year before that with was it Elliott Perry and or somebody? I think with somebody like
Elliott.
Elliott. So they was already organized and doing that, and Nashville was late to the table on doing that. So.
Oh, I tell you, so we at Trevecca, and here's a funny story. I see Green, I recognize when we talk, but he didn't have a room and board at Trevecca.
I walked down.
Yeah. So he didn't have a room and board, nor did he have a lunch ticket. Yeah. So the goal was he stayed with me, and he still got sinuses.
Yes, all this woo. They still bad. Yeah.
Look, this dude here kept me up all night.
They still bad.
He wake up in the morning.
I still do that now. And look, my middle daughter got them too. My middle daughter got it, and my older daughter just had those twin boys.
Yeah.
She's scared that one of them gonna have to be the same way. Yeah.
So this dude would keep me up all night, and so here was the goal every day. You go to college, you got to be there first thing in the morning. So our goal was to sneak him into the cafeteria for breakfast and lunch and dinner, actually, all day long.
Yep.
Until we stopped messing with that girl at McDonald's. That's a whole other story.
I didn't know. You got that's a story there, too, because he was getting free food from this girl, but he wouldn't share. I'm just telling you, he wouldn't share. We'll talk about that later too. I walked by him one day. He's sitting in the parking lot. He got a whole bag of McDonald's.
Big old bag.
But he don't come into the dorm room because he know he come in the dorm room.
I gotta give it up.
He gonna share. So he just sit in his car eating it.
Eddie, Richard Petty. So those were the times that it kind of bonded you and I. Yeah. It taught me a lot, but also with other guys, man. Halliburton, Fitz, and old boy from Hoptown.
Michael Peaches?
No, the other one.
Oh, Ed Brown.
Ed Brown.
He was like the Larry Johnson. He just strong and powerful like Larry Johnson.
Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if he can put 2 cents.
Yeah.
But that's something.
Because he's already about what 20. He reached 27, 28. Yeah.
I don't know where Frank got him from. He was super grown.
I think he came with. I think him and Peaches and them played.
They knew each other. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they came from Hoptown.
That is hilarious. Yeah. I'm just thinking about times that we had, man. You talk about broke on campus.
Yeah. I don't think Frank knew I was trying out for the team until I showed up.
Frank probably didn't.
I don't think he knew. I just and Coach Pat like, I'm going to get you on the team up. He said, go try out. I'm like, okay. Yeah. All right, Coach
Frank
Pat.
didn't know.
Well, Frank. He was trying to send me, Coach Pat was actually trying to send me to a junior college in Alabama, and it was somewhere else he trying to send me. I'm like, man, I'm staying home.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm staying home. Right. I said, I just go walk on that Travelca. And so that's what I did.
Yeah, right. And so you did well, man. You got some time. I know it was so frustrating at that time. Yeah. But when you're young and full of energy, you want it right now. Yeah. I don't think any of us could see the forest for the trees, guy. Talk about your freshman year.
Well, actually, you remember by the time the freshman year ended, remember I was starting by the time the season ended.
Right.
So that was a good part because by the time the season ended, I was starting. I just had to work my way through. Like I said, I don't think they knew I was coming.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when I walk in the gym, everybody like, who is this dude right here?
Right.
Where he come from?
Right.
Because I don't know if y'all had been working out before then or not. Because I was here beginning until the basketball season started.
Right.
I was getting up, catching the bus to Travelca.
Wow.
Every day I get up, catch the bus to Travelca. Then in the evening time, I go back and catch the bus back home. That's how I was getting back and forth to school. Because then I ain't had no car or nothing, so that's how I was getting back and forth from school. So and then when basketball season started, that's when I met all y'all and all that, and but the school, though Frank didn't know who I was, the school knew who I was because of now you remember because I was, that was middle of graffiti. Y'all knew about the rules. Y'all knew about the no shorts and all that. I didn't know none of that. I'm on campus with shorts on because at the time you couldn't wear shorts across campus. I'm on campus with shorts on. I had the graffiti jacket. The little conservative white people like, who is this guy? Yeah, who's this shirt? He's in the class. Yeah,
right.
So I didn't know none of that because I didn't know nothing about the school. I was just trying to go to school.
Right.
Play some basketball. I ain't gonna even lie and say I was trying to get education. I just trying to go to school, play some basketball, and Coach Pat was like, I'm gonna get you up here. So
but you wound up being a pretty good student though.
Yeah, Cause I wouldn't. The problem is, like, and my wife tell people all the time, y'all, he acts stupid, but he's really smart. I ain't, what I'm saying? So, what I'm saying? So, I fool a lot of people because they be like, dang,
right.
You really ain't a dummy. You just act like that. But, because,
like, always sharp. Sharp.
Because this is the thing, like I said, I worked every day after school.
Right.
So, I never studied. I didn't, like I tell my wife all the time, if I would have had time to, like, just focus on going to school, I probably been like an A-B student, but when I got off work every day, I was going to work every day. So when I got off, when I got out of school today, I was going to work every day. So it wasn't no, let me go home, write this paper. It wasn't no, let me go home and study. I'm just going off, my basic knowledge of what I know. If I had to come up with a paper to write, I might write in 30 minutes and just turn the paper in.
Right.
So
that I tell you, hearing this story, and I never knew this, you was in survival mode.
Yeah.
You straight survival mode, and there were times when we couldn't sneak him in. He'd be on all fours crawling. It just.
I remember being on all fours crawling.
Crawling up under there.
I probably was sneaking in there. So
to hear that story and then to know you, and you never asked for help.
Yeah, cause I'm gonna find a way. Like I told you earlier. It ain't the things that my mama could do for me, the things she couldn't do for me that made me find a way. I got to find a way. Find a way. So that's why that's at Travelca too. Yeah.
Wow. And so let's talk about, you've always been a funny guy. Only because you graduated, obviously.
Yeah.
From TSU.
No, I didn't, man. First off, let's go back to Velka.
Okay.
So, I remember I left middle of my sophomore year. I left Velka, and the reason I left was, you remember I think we played in Georgetown, Kentucky.
Yep.
We played in Georgetown, Kentucky right before the Christmas break, and had that guy that was real good, Nick Sanford.
Very good.
Yeah. He's like All-American all 4 years. I think he's supposed to go to Kentucky, but he ain't got a grades or something. So
he could play.
Remember back then when you shoot a 3-pointer, if you foul them, it's just 2 free throws.
I remember this.
Remember. So at the end of the game, I think we was up 3, and I fouled him on purpose. So he just shoots. Coach Wilson. Coach Wilson didn't have no about coaching.
I know.
Yeah, so I fouled him on purpose because all he could do was shoot 2 free throws. You know what I'm talking about? So I think we still ended up winning the game by 1 or something. But remember, me and Coach got into it at that time, and then when we went home, it's gonna be Christmas break. So it's gonna be Christmas break, and everybody went home. I didn't have a way home, so I stayed on campus for another. I was still on campus. We got back late that night. I think I was still on campus till about 4 o'clock the next day. I didn't have no money to catch a bus to go home. I didn't have no money to catch the bus to go home, and I couldn't find nobody to come pick me up.
Right.
So everybody else going home. Damn, the school about closed except for the out-of-town students that can't get back home for Christmas break.
Right.
And I'm still there 4 o'clock in the evening. I said, damn. I said, we in Nashville. I'm from Nashville, and I can't get away home. I said, this ain't it. I said, I'm not going to go pro in basketball. I said, I need to change something else up for myself for the future. I said, so when I can't go back to school, I just said, I'm not going to go back. I'm going to go get me a job. And I just transferred to TSU.
Right.
So that's what I did out here.
Wow.
I called KFC back, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
That wasn't a job I was trying to get, but it put some money in my pocket.
Yeah.
And I went to work at Kentucky Fried Chicken. And then I went to Tennessee State for a couple of years.
Wow.
And then, so.
I'll tell you this is news to me.
Yeah. The crazy part about it, Frank Wilson never called that. Nobody. Yeah, he ain't called it. I'm like, I said, shit, I ain't gonna worry about it. Yeah. And my grandmama and them, they were like, you ain't going back to school? I said, no, I'm gonna get a job or something. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what I did. I'm like, I said, me sitting around being broke in the city. I'm in the city, I'm broke. I said, I gotta do something different. I gotta do something else.
Right.
So, but I already told you, I wasn't necessarily going to school for my education. I was going to school to play basketball.
Right.
So, the education part of it was going to be the plus of it. But I'm like, just the basketball part ain't working out.
Right.
I'm broke. I'm hungry as hell. Because since so the cafeteria closed. So I didn't have nothing.
It closed at 6:15.
Yeah. Everything was closed. Yeah. So I'm like, I got to do something different.
And I'm going to transition to the comedy first. But here's just one story. I can tell this story, and I may incriminate myself just a little bit. But we was at a party with the TSU majorettes. Remember that? And you cussed out all the majorettes.
Well, you know what? Let me say this right here.
Hold on. I've never seen a room. I don't know where we were. But he cussed out.
Tony Hoban was there. Tony Hoban. Tony Hoban. They don't want to tell me calm down, Green. Calm down. And hold on. And the truth, I was all wrong. I was dead ass wrong. You know what I'm saying? I was just.
No, you get the camera to yourself. You gotta tell us stuff.
No, I was just. See, I didn't remember what it was about. You see, well, hold on. Actually, I do know what it's about. My granddad used to.
That's right.
Have a limousine service, and he used to have a limousine service, and he's on the restaurant. So so sometimes this when I was young, he had a limousine service. Cause when I was in kindergarten, he would drop me off at school. Kindergarten, I've been back in the limousine getting dropped off at John Early.
They thought you was the man.
Yeah, they didn't know we broke as hell. We didn't know, but he had a limousine service. So, but he used to get all the famous stars, the black stars. They come to town. They would sometimes go to him.
You go with this.
So. Eddie Murphy was real hot at the time, so he'd driven Eddie Murphy around town. So I just sitting around trying to impress the majorette. Talking about I know Eddie Murphy. He'd been over my house before because he did come to the house back then.
I remember that.
And so the girls started telling me I was lying. So when they told me I was lying, the North Nashville came out. Like I said, I was wrong. I was
goodness.
dead ass wrong, and I apologize.
Oh my goodness.
Any major arrests out there from that night, I really apologize. I didn't even know they major arrests. I just thought we was, cause like I said, I like to be around girls.
Yeah, yeah.
I just started going off. A girl called me a lie about that. I said, hold up, man. She don't know me.
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
you don't know me. I just went. Back then I was true North Nashville. When I say true Nashville, you can be live in the hood but not be the hood.
That's right.
Yeah, so I lived in the hood,
Right.
and I had North Nashville tendencies besides the crime part. But I cuss your ass out in a minute. So I cussed them out, and like I said, I was dead ass wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. Like, and Tony, man, I remember Tony Hall was there. He was like, "Hey, Green, you gotta calm down."
Yeah, that's right.
Green, you gotta calm down, man. They don't do all this.
Right,
I said to myself,
right.
you know what, Green, you was wrong. But you know what, I ain't gonna tell him that.
That's right. Couldn't tell him that.
Yeah.
It was me, you, Halliburton, Tony Hoke, Fitz, and a gang of women, guys.
Yeah, I don't even remember where it was at. I don't remember where it was at, how we got there.
I had no idea.
Yeah, only how we even got invited there. But we were there, and I'm trying to impress the girls, and I'm telling these stories, and girl talking about I'm lying.
Oh no, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I just put my head in the air, like I think the part.
I was so wild back then. But I was. But that was the most you're gonna get out of me back then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna joke on you. I'm gonna act the fool. But yeah, you know what I'm saying.
It's all
had
fun,
a bunch of fights back in the day. But those fights was survival because you couldn't let nobody punk you.
That's right.
Back in, and my mama wouldn't let us. Oh, you don't turn down no fight. That was my mama thing. I don't care how big they are,
Right.
how strong you are, how scared you are. You don't turn down a fight. You just go on fight, get it over with, we deal with
And
it.
move on.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's something fair about going toe to toe, man to man. Then you're done with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's different though.
Well, I think my mama thing was she had all boys, and so she was gonna make sure that we acted accordingly like little boys, so we grew up to be strong men. So she wasn't gonna let us, she wasn't gonna let us be no. I can't say the word now that you get cancer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she wasn't gonna let us, you just weren't gonna be that. And then you couldn't be that growing up in North Nashville because once you start letting people take advantage of you, and once people know they can punk you out, they're gonna do it all the time.
Right, exactly.
So you had to. So that was kind of how I grew up. Like, and my mom used to fight all the time. She was this tall. My mom was maybe 5 feet.
Wow.
But she was
Tough.
But when I got older, like I meet people that knew my mom.
Right.
I worked at Vanderbilt, and there's a guy that went to high school with my mama.
Right.
He knew my mama. He would tell me all these stories about my mama fighting. She this tall. he was like, he said, man, your mama. He said, your mama, she's sweet, she can be, but she don't take no stuff.
Right.
She don't play nothing. Like
Right.
I remember, and me and my brother, we learned this early, cause like back then during the summertime, wasn't no summer program, and going to daycare, and then you might go to the center and get free lunch.
Right.
But my older cousins used to come over to the house, and my mom would keep them in the daytime, cause their parents worked in the daytime. So she'd send them to the store get some bread one time. And I'm probably like 9 years old. My older cousin probably like 15. So she gave him the money for the bread.
Okay.
So we walk into the store and we went into, it was a girl and two girls and one dude. And they were older. They were like 19, 20 something. And so they still walking to the store, so they stopped us. And so, they're like, where y'all going? They're like, and he answered, because he wasn't from North Nashville. He's from another part of town. So he tell them what we going and what we're going to do. And so the girl take the money from my cousin. Now, he 14, 15 years old. She done took the money from him. They done kind of jumped on him a little bit, took the money from him.
Yeah.
And so now we got to walk back home and tell my mama that they done took the money from us. Now, I'm trying to tell my cousin, you need to get the money back. By any means necessary, you need to try to get the money back.
I don't want to tell mom.
Yeah, for real, that's what I'm like. So by any means necessary, you need to try to get this money back. He not around my mom every day, so he don't know how my mom finna act.
Right.
So I might have been like 11 or 12. I might have been like 12. He about 15. I know about 10. He about 15.
Wow.
So, but I know how my mama gonna act. So we go back home. We walk back home. We ain't got the bread.
Right.
My mama looked. She said, "Where the bread at?" I look at him because he the one had the money.
Right.
So she said, where the bread is? And so he told her what happened. She said, come on. He said, what? He said, come on. So we walked back around there, going back to the store.
Right.
They were still out there. And my mama told my cousin, go get my money back. He said, huh? He said, go get my money back. He said, go smack it. And her exact word, I think, it was a long time ago. Smack that bitch, get my money back. And he said, if you don't smack her, I'm going to smack you. And so the girl started getting mad because my mom called her a bitch now.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go smack her. My mama slapped the shit out of my cousin. Went there, fought the girl, got the money back, sent her ass on to the store. We went to the store, we came home, we got in trouble.
Wow.
Because we let that girl take our money from the beginning without fighting for the money.
Right.
So that was her thing. And if you get it took, it's took, but you're going to fight, you're going to at least fight for the money.
Right,
so
right,
that's
right.
That's why I was like. So
wow, shout out to your mom.
Yeah,
that's a life lesson.
Oh yeah, she gave plenty of them. When I got stabbed for my sophomore year in high school. Got stabbed in the shoulder, got in a fight, helping a friend out. They were trying to gang him. I'm helping him out, but I got stabbed. When I went back home, I didn't know I stabbed at first. The guy was gonna stab me in my back, and somebody hollered, "Kevin, watch out!" When I turned around, I seen him running at me. And I didn't know he had a knife, and I'm just trying to swing,
right,
and hit him. He fell back, but he still stabbed me in my shoulder. So I didn't know I was stabbed. So my arm just bleeding. It just bleeding. The shoulder, the blood rushing out. So everybody like, you all right? You all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. What's wrong with y'all? They said, look at your arm. And this blood just run out of my shirt, just run out down my arm. So this was at Luby Center. We had walked over to Luby Center to go swimming, and so we got to walk all the way back down McCloskey Highway, 26th Avenue.
Yeah.
So I don't go home because I know when I tell my mama I got stabbed.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I went over a friend's house. And his mama made me go home. His mama said, you gotta go home. You gotta go to the hospital.
Right.
And so because I knew, because what had happened was there was an argument beforehand. And we had my little brother with me. My little brother, because he used to always go with me back then. I used to babysit my brother all the time. He's 10 years younger than me.
Right.
He's about 4 at the time. So when we was originally going to fight, he was with her because we taking him swimming too. I didn't want to fight with him with us. So we just left. And then we walked back over there to fight.
Got it.
So I knew that was the part that going to make my mama go off. She said, because you're going to fight the shit that did, you don't get nobody a chance to, get themselves together and prepare themselves. So I didn't go home. I went on my friend's house. Yeah.
Wow.
So and she told me too. She said, and I ended up getting 12 stitches.
Oh, wow.
12 stitches. I got 12 stitches. And she said, you had a stitch, I whoop your ass.
Wow.
Yeah, she was serious too. I already knew. Yeah, but that don't think you getting an ass whooping.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's transition to comedy. You was always, I think I was at your first comedy show in Nashville. Tony Hall was there.
Oh, you right. Yeah. I don't think it was my first, but I think it was later on.
Right. I think I came in late and you got on my ass or something. I don't know what it was. But you was always a funny guy. And one thing I love about you is that you're fearless. You have you're scared of nothing.
But look.
To me,
I be so nervous on stage. But
I'm just saying, just initially, and then hearing your story, I'm just kind of put it together. You're just a fearless guy. Yeah. And it's kind of like you still have your mother in your ear, boy, you better go do it. Because if I got to come back, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah, well, it just, like I said, it just became
a part of you.
Yeah, it just became innate in me, my life lessons growing up. And so, but with the comedy thing, I wish I'd have started earlier.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because when I started trying to do comedy, I was already in my 30s.
Okay.
I was like 30 and 31. And
what made you start doing comedy?
I always loved comedy shows. I would go like Kings of Comedy, all them come. I'm like, I think I can do that. And then I was working at Aerostructures. I don't know what it's called now. I worked in Aerostructures, and we were getting laid off after 9/11. So we was getting laid off after 9/11. So I was like, you know what? I need to do something different. I need to put myself in a position where I ain't got to depend on other people to make money. I ain't got to depend on something else. I said, I'm going to try to do this comedy thing. So I started doing like little open bars and stuff like that. But like I said, at the time though, I was already married with 3 kids, a mortgage and car notes and all that. So, so it ain't no, I'm just finna go live this dream and just go do comedy and just chase it. It wasn't, because I still had my family responsibility first, so I got to do all that first. And then, I kind of fit the comedy in where I could. And So that's what I was doing. Cause like I said, cause I've been fortunate enough to be in a green room with a lot of comics, like big name comics. And,
Yeah.
like I remember I was in the green room with Charlie Murphy one time, and he was just talking about like Eddie Murphy. He said Eddie was sneaking, going to do comedy at 10, 11 years old, sneaking to the comedy club.
Wow.
You see what I mean? He would, that's what he was doing. And you know, like the Chris Rocks and all them they talk about how they were doing comedy and they were going to comedy clubs at 12 and 13 years old, and you know what I'm saying? But so cause that's when most comics start when they're younger.
Right.
So you don't hell, you don't wait till you're 30 years old. Talking about, I'm gonna try to tell a joke. You know what I'm saying? so you know, that was my thing. I just waited so late. But,
Right.
you know, before all that, all I cared about was sports. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, my thing was I'm doing sports all the time. Sports and just trying to chase some girls back then.
Right.
And then comedy, Nashville didn't have a big comedy scene back then.
Right. Well, Zany was back then, wasn't he?
You had Zany's back then, but when we were younger though, I don't even know what year Zany started, but you didn't have all the different comedy spots.
Got it.
Like now Nashville is like a comedy town now. Like every night now, somewhere you can go get on somebody's stage, tell a joke.
Exactly
but back then, you know, in the early 2000s, you didn't have that. You know, you had, like I said, you had Zany's, and then Mo Better was doing something. He was bringing comedians. They used to have something in Coming Station, for open market, but you didn't have a lot of comedy spots. So me trying to be, thinking about having a comedy career back then, it wasn't never even thought.
Right.
Because, I didn't see comedy around that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about the first time you went on stage. The very first time. Just think about it for a second.
Oh, I remember.
Talk me through that. How'd it go?
It was in Coming Station. Like I said, I was about to be laid off, so I'm at work. I ain't even doing no work. I'm just trying to write jokes.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to write jokes. So I'm going to write this joke like this. And I found it. Looked up and they had an open mic, so I'm up there. So I signed up to do the open mic, and I'm doing a joke. But I've never done comedy, so I don't know what it entails. I'm just up there just reading it. Just reading it like this, just reading it. Then the dog jumped over the moon. Then the moon came back. Yeah. So that's all. They like, boom, he just rambling.
No.
Yeah, it's a bunch of white guys. So I'm like, really? So then I started going back, started watching them. I started, learning. You got to tell the joke. You can't read the joke. You got to tell the joke. And it was crazy because, as a matter of fact, one of the bigger name comics, he was there that night. I remember him because I was like, damn, dude is funny. And he's from Hendersonville, Tennessee, Nate Bargatze. Okay. He was there that night. And I'm like, damn, this dude, he's funny. I said, where he from? Where he at? That white dude, he's from Nate, So I think he finna host the Oscars or Emmys or something. Because he's real big now. Right, so he traveled the world, but he was there that night. And so I started going back and I started watching. So I started kind of learning a little bit. Oh, this is what you got to do. And so then over time, I just put more time in to learning the art of comedy. And I had a good run from like 2002 to 2009 of getting booked a lot of shows. I was traveling, but like I said, I still got wife, kids,
that's right,
mortgage. You know what I'm saying? So, and now my kids involved in sports.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, so
you're a big softball.
Yeah,
huge.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, that's where all my time went to, because I always said when I have kids, I'm gonna give them everything that I didn't have.
Got it.
So that's my goal as a parent, and that's what I think every parent goal should be, is to give your kids a better lifestyle than you had.
Right.
So, because you didn't know me in high school, but you see, when we played Trevecca, I didn't have no family come. Didn't know. Yeah, I think my mama came to senior night when I was in high school. I think I've been on the game. Yeah, she came to senior night when I was in high school. Wow. Even when I was playing baseball and stuff, because back then, the baseball coaches, they put everybody on the back of a truck. You got 15 kids on the back of this truck. So that's how we got to and from practice, to the games and all that. Dusty put us on the truck. So my mom, she wasn't really coming to baseball games, but it wasn't because she didn't want to. Right. It's because, I'm a single parent. I gotta go to work. I gotta try to do something. I gotta go try to put some food on the table. I gotta, try to buy, so try to pay rent. So it wasn't that she didn't want to. She just had other obligations. So I said, well, my kids get involved in something, I said, I'm going to go all in with my kids. So I did
You
that.
did.
So I did that. And I put comedy, I didn't do comedy for 12 years
Wow.
while supporting them through softball.
Wow.
And then after COVID hit,
Yeah.
and my last daughter was in college her senior year, that's when I started getting back on stage doing comedy again.
Wow.
And like other comedians, they be amazed. They're like, damn, you took off 12 years. I like, boy, you came back and you
got purpose.
yeah, well, and then but it's still like, but sometimes it's still like I'm learning everything new again because the game of comedy has changed.
Okay.
Like you said that I'm always on social media posting, I'm always doing this. But that's how comedy how comedy has went to
It's
though.
transition that way, right?
Yeah, you have to have a really big social media following because back then, if you was funny, comedians worked on being funny. That was the number one thing. I got to be funny. I got to be funny. And you being funny, word of mouth got you in this place, because they be like, oh, he funny, they're going to book him. But now, a lot of these comedy clubs, first thing they ask is, how many followers you got?
Got it.
How many followers you got? And that's the only thing they care about because they know your followers gonna come to the show. Now, when you get to the show, they might not even be funny.
Right.
That'd be the crazy part of it. You get to the show, they don't even be funny. They funny on social media.
Right.
They doing skits and stuff. But when you actually get to the show, they not comedian funny.
Got it.
But that's what sell tickets though. So
Right.
So that's why I stay on social media so much now. So let me get my social media following up.
Right.
And I still got the jokes that I write because I still the old school comedy which got to be joke. So that's what I work on the most is writing jokes and performing jokes and working on my stage presence and my delivery and my timing. But I know I got to get my social media following up to get the shows booked.
Got it.
So now, go ahead.
No,
you go ahead.
And you pretty funny only because I know you. Okay, on social media. Talk about the dynamic between you and your wife and some of the stuff. Hey, dude, some of the stuff it cracks me up because I repost it every time you do something. I put it on my Facebook page, but it's just like she's like, "I love you, Kevin, but not now."
Yeah,
and that's what you really do with
but that's the thing about it. But that's what makes it so good with me and her because like a lot of times you see something on social media and stuff. It's a skit. They don't, it's prepared, it's rewritten.
Right.
We don't do nothing prepared, rewritten. A lot of times what I done did was, what I've done is, I've already aggravated her some more. And so I just start filming. Most of the time, it's what's going on is some of the middle of a conversation we're really having.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I just start filming. Kind of like, or I know I'm about to go aggravated, so I just let me put this camera right here. So let me do this.
Yeah.
See how she act. So, like I said, she has a big following though, and she hates it because she hates being on there because she knows she don't care nothing about the spotlight. She don't care nothing about all that.
Right.
She hates it, but people like when I do shows, and then people ask me, "Where's your wife at? You bring your wife? Did your wife come? Is Tasha here? Tasha here?" But she be like, "You see, because if you notice, if you follow her Facebook page too, she never posts anything." She never posted.
Never.
If it's something posted, it's because I didn't post it. She never posts anything.
Wow.
Because she doesn't care. But that's what makes it good too. The dynamic is because she's naturally sarcastic.
Okay.
You're talking about, especially when it comes to me.
Yeah.
Because we have different personalities. So that's what make it good.
Wow.
So.
And I tell you, the last one I saw was when you bumped into the car with the
lawnmower. But see, that's the good part too. I don't, because a lot of people say, I can't believe you posted that. I said, well, you know what? I said, I can't post everybody else's fuck ups and not post my own.
That's right. You gotta be consistent.
Yeah, so and I knew it was like, really, how can I explain this? It was dumb, so I posted it.
Well, I think great comedians are the ones that can make fun of themselves, man. So, you know what I'm saying? And so her reaction was like, this motherfucker.
Yeah. If she cuss, she probably cuss out, but she don't curse.
She don't curse. Okay.
She probably cuss out, she curse, but she like, I can't. I really couldn't explain it, but I can't explain it. Okay. But I can't explain it.
I would have done the same thing. Like I would have thought in my mind, I can fit through that.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing too. I normally fit through there. See, I never move the cars.
Right.
See, normally, Morgan, our youngest daughter, parked her car, and she parks her car farther over.
Okay.
All right, and then normally, see what happened on that one was, I forgot to cut the throttle down when I cut the lawnmower on. So since I didn't have the throttle down, so when I cut it on and put it in gear, it just took off. Yeah, it just took off. So if I had the throttle down, it's still been,
That's hilarious.
And she just thought I just trying to avoid hitting my truck because I just bought the truck. So
right.
You just done that, you'd hit the truck. No, you make sure you hit my car instead. So
that's hilarious. Now, how long y'all been married?
30 years. We just celebrated 30 years.
Wow.
30 years with them.
Oh, you get a hand clap for that.
Yeah.
That's 30 hours.
like I tell people all the time, not happily married, we just married. It's a difference. It's a difference. Yeah, it's a big, like, she don't even know where I am right now. I told her I was going to the store. So,
she 4 hours away.
Yeah. It's a difference. My bad, being married and happily married. Yeah, I'm telling you, I do a bit about that now. That's a whole bit I do now about. Yeah, I'm like, shit. Like I tell people all the time, we just waiting until who's gonna die first. That's where we're at right now. We just waiting until who's gonna die first. And
it's from the outside looking in, man. I know I met your wife probably once or twice at best. I'm leaning on one, but you, man, I'm proud of you because I know what you've been through.
Well,
and you love them girls. Man.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it. But really, I had to give all the credit to my wife that was still married. Cause, like I said, I was wild back in the day. I was fuck up. You see, custom major race. I didn't know no better. I got married with 25. I didn't know no better, so I made a lot of mistakes, but I always knew, she's the best thing for me. Right. So you know what I'm saying. That's awesome. And then cause now I get a lot of people. Because we've been married so long, been together so long, that people ask me for like advice on, like marriage and different stuff like that. And like I tell people, I can't give you advice really because, but besides the fact that, the love and respect, each other, you gotta make compromises. But the rest of that, I can't give you advice on because every relationship is different. Right. You see what I'm saying? Cause like the stuff that my wife would put up with. Like me aggravating and stuff all the time, a lot of people wouldn't put up with. Right. The stuff that I put up with my wife, a lot of men won't put up with. So each relationship, you got to find the spot that's comfortable for both of y'all. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, but people be like, yeah, give me, I can't get, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hanging on myself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ask me for advice, my wife might wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm standing over her butt naked. You might not want to put up with that. She'll get messages like, you know what, just leave me alone. Yeah,
you hit her with that when she came in the door. I just shook my head. Yeah. This is hilarious.
Yeah. And the crazy part, she be like, your penis hanging out. I said, yeah, my penis hanging out. Yeah, I'm just, I'm at the house. Yeah. Like, I walk in there, like, sometimes she be with her mama on the phone, and her mom be on the phone. I just walk in there butt naked. And I start talking to her mama. She be like, really? God, shit. So, stuff like that, you might not want to put up with that. You see what I'm saying? So,
It's all good. So I got a few more questions before we go, man. So, what's next for you? Let me say this. You're a new grandfather. Okay, you got 30 years in marriage. You're a hard worker. You're a comedian. You're social media heavy. What's your goal for the next 3 to 4 years for Kevin Green?
My goal for the next 3 to 4 years is just all I'm doing is comedy. That is my goal. And when I say that, I don't mean like on stage, like telling jokes, but some form of comedy, whether it's just getting paid through social media or doing jokes or writing for a TV show or whatever. It's just, because this is the big thing I've been having with my wife and kids now is, I've done my part as a father. So, I took off from 12 years. I've done everything I was supposed to do. I've done my part as a father. I've done my part as a husband. So now I'm doing me again. I'm doing the heavy on the me part for the comedy part right now.
Is this the first time you've chosen you?
No,
in the past 30 years, this is the first time you said, I'm going to make Kevin Green happy.
Well, now, let me say this now. When you say happy, and that's crazy you say that because Tasha don't believe in me. She said happy is a false. She said something. Yeah. She said more people worry about being happy than anything else, but I'm happy. I've always been happy. Right. It's because my thing is I'm not gonna make you happy and I'm gonna be miserable. True. So I've always been happy. You know what I'm saying? And even when I was sacrificing for my girls, I was happy doing that because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying? But
Right.
now this is the first time now where if something come up, I'm gonna do comedy first.
Right.
You see, go back then if something came up, like I was gonna do what you know what I got this responsibility here first.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? 'Cause, like
You was on the road heavy with softball.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Everything we did back then was based on softball.
Right.
Like all our vacations, like we ain't never take a vacation, but it was a vacation. It's because they got a softball tournament, the World Series or something in Texas, Reno,
Right.
Nevada. Everything was based on softball.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying? So, but and I didn't, like I said, but I always said to myself, like I used to tell my girls, y'all not doing this for me. So if this is something y'all want to do,
Right.
I'm gonna give you my all too. But you got to give me your all. When it get to the point where you don't want to do this no more, let me know
Please.
because I can save my money and more importantly, I can save my time because I
Right.
value time more than I value money.
Right.
Because I always say you can make money up, but you can't make up time.
That's right.
So I value time more than I value money. So I used to always tell them that this is what you want to do, but if we do it, we're gonna do it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when I was doing all that, me and my wife complained about that. We broke again. We're trying to find a way to come up with money for this tournament, trying to find a kind of way to these lessons. But it was worth it to me because that's what they was wanting to do. That's what it was my oldest daughter passion. The middle two, they like playing, but they didn't like it like my oldest daughter. Like my oldest daughter, she ate and slept softball.
Right.
Like anything she did was based around softball. I'm talking about dates, proms, whatever. It's if I don't have nothing to do with softball first. So
Wow.
that's what she did. So she loved it like that, and the other two got pulled into it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? 'Cause like I said, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So, but now I'm at the point now where I done did all that. I done done all that right there. So now I'm doing me. I'm telling these jokes. Oh, what? It's a birthday party today? One of the girls' birthday party? Oh, no, I got a comedy show to do tonight.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm
Right,
in now.
right,
So
right,
that's
right,
why I'm
right.
in now.
Okay.
So-
Okay. Well, man, I want to thank you for being here. We go back a long ways, guy. We got stories on each other that we cannot tell, guy.
Yeah.
We're not
I'm gonna tell them. No, you know what? I'm not gonna tell them. But this is what I realized in life. As soon as I get rich, everybody else gonna tell the story. They gonna be
right.
They be all on TMZ.
Oh,
like,
my God.
I
Oh,
got
my
a
God.
story for you. But I ain't gonna. It's my life. So
It's all good.
But
So-
I'm glad to be here though.
Hey, man, I'm glad you're here, man. I know you're on a tight schedule today,
Yeah.
but I want you to look at this camera and tell everyone how to find you on social media and what to look for you and all the other stuff. Go ahead.
All right. Follow me on social media, Kev G, KEVGEE. It's either Kev G on Kev G on Facebook, and there's Kev G Silly on everything else. KEVGEE Silly. There's IG. There's TikTok. There's YouTube. I don't post a lot on YouTube because they don't be paying my ass, so I'm posting mostly on. I'm just being honest. I post mostly on Facebook and
Yeah.
mostly on IG. But even on IG, like I said, it's Kev G Silly. I have 2 pages on Facebook. It's Kev G, then it's Kev G2, like the second. That's because I get kicked off Facebook a lot.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I get kicked
You
off.
had a stretch where you was
Yeah, I've been doing good lately. But they changed some of the rules too. But,
Okay.
And then, they changed some of the rules so they give me a little more leeway. And then a lot of times I used to get kicked off for stuff like that I posted 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
I'm like, I'm like, this ought to be grandfathered in by now.
Right.
How you look? Her ass was showing, and I posted her ass in 2017. You just not gonna get me for posting that, and you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So a lot of that's what happened. A lot of times it be old stuff. I'm like, I ain't come back up.
Right.
Matter of fact, I need this clip. Let me save this clip. for real. Facebook they be on some, and TikTok too.
Yeah.
TikTok be like I post on TikTok, but I don't post like if you ain't doing no little dance challenge.
Right,
I'm not
I
on
know
TikTok. Yeah, so I don't. But my biggest following be on like Facebook and on IG, and that's where I post the most because they be give me not a whole lot, not enough yet.
Yeah, but it's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah,
it's getting there.
It's getting there. Yeah, like I said, that's what I said next couple of years, that's all I'm gonna be doing is just telling jokes, lying to my wife and telling jokes.
That's right.
Well, aggravating my wife, not necessarily. Aggravating my wife, and helping with them grandboys. They're gonna be so spoiled. Like I already, I'm working out at what age to teach them what cuss word. Like at 3 I can start teaching them shit.
Yeah.
At 3 I can teach them shit.
They're gonna be shitting.
I can teach them. At 5 I can. So yeah, but. So I'm loving that though. So my wife is loving it. So
oh my God,
that's all she want to do. Like they spent a night last night, so they did spend a night last night.
Yeah,
so she loving that. So
good.
So
good for her. Well, Guy, thank you for being here again. Love to have you back in the next future, in the future, because I want some of those grandkid stories.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have them too.
You know what I'm saying? And so I love the way your wife is just taking over. I can only imagine the things she's doing at the house for the baby.
Man, that's why I need to make some more money too. Because she's
spending out.
Yeah, spending yesterday. Now, I don't know if any of y'all follow me, but y'all seen I had posted my wife. She had an inventory list for Pampers, so she did a worksheet for Pampers. So we have all these Pampers. We probably have at least 2,000 to 3,000 Pampers downstairs at our house.
Wow.
That she had stored for the babies. I'm talking about like each age group. You know what I'm talking about? She just each weight class, each age group.
Yeah.
So, and then she come home yesterday. She said, "Kim, help me get some of this stuff out of the car." I said, "What you got?" It's more Pampers. So so she's
all in.
Oh yeah, clothes, Pampers. We go out of town. She shop for the babies. We go somewhere. We was in Vegas for the baby, Hilton Head for the baby. Everywhere we go, it's something for the baby. So but.
You did good, man.
Yeah.
You did good with the girls, man. You did good, man.
So I'm gonna know we gotta go, but I did good, but they did what they supposed to too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You're the example.
Yeah. So they did what they supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So like me and my wife said, we wanted to create a lane where y'all could just be successful.
Right.
So like when I was working in high school and all that, all they had to do was focus on school, and
that's
so
right.
that they focus on school and play softball, and they got them all college scholarship. They didn't have to walk on like me.
Right.
They got college scholarship. All of them got degrees. My middle daughter Maya, she has a master's degree now, and she's working on her doctorate now.
Wow.
And then my youngest daughter Morgan, who we were praying she was just gonna graduate high school. I promise you. We were just playing that, we could just get her through high school. We'll figure the rest of it out. We just get her through high school. We just hoping she's gonna graduate high school. And but then her senior year, something just clicked.
She got it.
Yeah, so she graduated high school, then she went to college. Graduated, played softball, was all conference, all that. Graduated early, 3.5 years, magna cum laude. And now she's working on a second degree now at Kennesaw State.
Wow.
So that was the one we say, if Morgan would have been the oldest child, she'd be the only child. We wouldn't have had no more after that. Yeah. So that's that. She was me. You know,
right.
Because now Major Rex and all that was her. Yeah, that was her. Yeah, so.
well. Before we go, man, I just want to give you your flowers because, you take care of your family, your daughters. You're the first man your daughters fell in love with, and they saw the example of hard work. And sometimes it takes, a little later, your last daughter you just spoke of, it clicked.
Yeah, it clicked.
Struggle.
Yeah.
All I got to do is pivot just a little bit.
Well, we didn't pivot. She did. I'm talking about her.
Yeah. Just pivot just a little bit, and then success started happening.
Yeah, and she was like, we're like, this is the same job. We're like, I can't believe it. So we real proud of her. Yeah.
Wow.
So
and this is my last Kevin Green story right here. I'm heading to the movies in Rivergate. Okay, me and Green, we don't talk on the phone often, but when we do, I know he gotta want something. So if he called me, I'm the last on the list, so I gotta answer the phone. Okay.
I don't even know what this is.
Yeah. So I'm going to the movie theater, and he's having a debate with his daughters about can he dunk.
Oh.
Remember that? That was my mama was alive. Yeah. 2013, 14, something like that. And I saw I don't know who I was talking to, but I'm on the phone with him and said, listen, your daddy could not only dunk, he could 360.
Yeah,
I've seen him 360.
They don't think I was an athlete.
I've seen the man. He 5'10".
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Now, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you tell the you're gonna go. But so my kids bougie. They grew up in the suburbs. They real bougie. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like they don't believe in leftovers.
God.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my wife's side. I told my wife. Yeah, they don't. They will hardly eat leftovers. So I used to come back and visit my grandmama all the time. We was coming back one time, and they had a softball tournament in Knoxville.
Yeah.
So instead of coming back to straight to going back to Atlanta,
yeah,
I took the curb. I said, we're gonna go to Nashville, gonna visit Granny, in North Nashville.
Right.
So I took them to visit my grandmama. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go walk the neighborhood. I said, who wanna walk the neighborhood with me? I told you my kid's bougie. So the two oldest didn't want to walk it. My youngest one decided she gonna walk the neighborhood. She said, come on, Dad, I'll walk with you. So we walk in the neighborhood, and we go down to the shopping center on Clarksville Highway. It's a barber shop there. It's a barber shop there back then. So we walk in the barber shop. I'm hollering at some of the old dudes, because they grew up when I grew up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of them started talking about how good I was in basketball back in the day.
Yeah.
How I used to run a court of John Muir.
Yeah.
So she just looking at him like, really? Come on now, stop it. You exaggerating. So I don't say nothing because and I didn't bring it up. He just talking about it on his own. So we get back to the house. We walk back to the house. She go in the house and tell them, Daddy done paid somebody to say that he was good in basketball.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
That's why he want to walk. He done told somebody he was coming. He done paid them to say how good he was in basketball.
Hilarious.
Whatever help us.
Hilarious. Well, guys, again, thank you for coming, guys. We're gonna have you back in a little bit.
Yeah.
I gotta hear these granddaddy stories, guys.
I'm gonna have them for you too. Good luck. Hey, how your son doing? Let me ask that.
He doing good, man. He graduates in December. A little nervous about the future, as we all were in high school. But